Back to Spectating Randoms. I know it's been a little while, but the whole point of the series is to kind of give some educational commentary as we spectate random players and see their behaviors live in action when it comes to rotation, choosing gunfights, meta loadouts, all that type of stuff. Let's see if we can hit that goal of 10,000 likes. And if you're brand new, looking to find your way back for more Call of Duty content, make sure you are subscribed with notifications on. So this guy has an anonymous name. That usually means he had something prejudicial most of the time, and then they'll reset you to a non. So this is a little bit interesting here. Kind of had like a weird recoil control on that. And that's not the fight. It's a semi-auto version. Got smoked. Okay, now we can go ahead and start looking up some people's stats, because that's typically what we'll do with these things. We'll kind of see what stats they got working with. As of me recording, this is like 3:30 in the afternoon, my time. I'm not sure exactly what the connection is going to look like, but we are on a 54 ping for this guy. We are spectating. We'll go ahead and look at their COD tracker, kind of see what their skill level looks like, and see what kind of lobby we're working with. One thing that is interesting is a lot of times when you spectate people often enough, you realize that the lobby changes quite a bit depending on who you spectate. Like one guy could be an absolute god, and another one could be terrible. Like we just saw, they got smoked. He's hacking, bro. Maybe we end up with hackers, because you know hackers are a problem. What is that? He is hacking. Hacking, not hacker. Ooh. Don't die. We need to at least spectate one dude. Okay, he clearly didn't know somebody was in this house. So, obviously there's that going for it. Maybe no walls here. Or maybe he just has a meme name. There are a lot of people that have meme names on the platform. And that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. Okay, he's marking the crown. I don't know why people grab crowns in solos. They don't make much sense. This guy is on a newer account. So maybe it's an alt account. He only has about 400 matches in the life of Warzone. Has roughly a 1.39 KD and is on the upswing. With his past weekly is a 1.81. So you could obviously hear some chests. They still need a loot. There's about a few minutes left until the free loadout comes in. This full auto Tech 9 is more than enough to deal with in solos. It can get a little tricky if you get pushed pretty aggressively. And then they do have what looks like a stoner, which is definitely on meta. So they could probably stick with that stoner if they like the optic and the feel of it. And then their ghost loadout could be a secondary weapon, or they can get tempered or restocked. There's a lot of great options here. The zone is still pretty big, so this should be a long-lasting zone. Typically for solos, they tend to die out pretty quick. And he got smoked because he played that wrong. He should have ADS walked. He knew where the guy was. The guy heard him mantle up and stomp the feet. Not looking pretty good for him. So we'll be watching this guy, which is Moncolandia. So he's looted. He has his one kill. He got a most wanted. He's going to get 8,400. He's sitting on 13,000 already, which is kind of nutty. I would imagine that this person is experienced. They have a level 444. But the problem is they probably accidentally grabbed the crown. I would imagine it was an accident, not intentional. This is also seems to be like a newer account. It's 647 matches. Overall KD is a 1.31. Their weekly is a 181. So that is also on the uptick. So we have a couple, this is quote unquote sweatier KDs, even though these don't seem to be sweatier players. Big difference, right? We've got sweaty KD, sweatier players. The movement, none of that stuff is telling me that this is an amazing player, but they are kind of like just waiting for the zone to collapse, probably for the free loadout to come in. They can't really move around the map because they did grab the most wanted, but they're going to be loaded after this. They're going to have over 20 grand. I guess he thinks that somebody else is spectating it, whatever. He did play Cold War a bit. You can see he has some, the diamond camo thing, that is an emblem for that game. So he's moving around. Maybe he was just playing super passive because of that. Their latency is almost 100, which is kind of high for where I live. Most of the people in the lobby, if skill-based matchmaking wasn't a thing, the highest ping should probably be like 60 at most. Because I'm in Southern California, the population of LA, Orange County, San Bernardino, Riverside is more than enough for people to get 60 ping. It sounded like he just got shot at. So I don't know if somebody sniped at him, but he's nowhere near a buy station. That one is still relatively far, and it's going to probably be contested. because this area can kind of look at it, overwatch, gatekeep a little bit. And they disconnected? What is that about? All right, we're going to move on to the next person. Solos or something else today? Okay, we're going with the XM4. This is floor loot, I believe. Not 100% sure. What the hell was that? A guy like, oh, I'm trying out cheats. I don't want to be obvious, or the game just DC'd. See, this guy has 50 ping. This one makes a lot more sense. So this guy is a little bit on the lower end as well. I haven't actually queued in to a spectating, like a solo game or any duos, trios, quads since my last spectating. So it's been a while. So they probably try to throw me into a little bit of an easier lobby. Even though those first two guys had higher KDs that we saw. This guy's KD is a 0.77 and his weekly is 0.43. So he is down bad. But he hasn't played a ton of matches. 11 matches, 9 kills this week. Definitely doesn't look like any kind of sweaty player or anything like that either. A little bit on the lower end on the level. 42 is not like super high, but it's also not like a brand new account. I know sometimes people get confused, but when we see the original ranks, that's usually they're unprestiged. But in this case, they've clearly prestiged a few times. They just might not have played a bunch this season. Okay, he's using the floor Swiss. He did get perks though. So the XM4, I would imagine it was what he grabbed. Kind of an odd combo of weapons because he does have well, obviously the tempered perk. Using this, I don't really see a lot of people this. Wow, the stutters when you ADS with that thing. It's bad. So you can see the guy in far distance. He does have a sniper, but the bullet velocity is not set up properly here, so he's probably not going to be able to hit this. But who knows? If the guy stands still long enough, he might aim directly at the head and it'll be a chest shot. He held his breath. The guy is slide canceling around. He's kind of lost all peripheral. Held his breath like 3 times. Just don't hold your breath until you're going to actually take a shot. That's probably what I'd recommend so you have the breath when you need it. Because imagine the guy just stood still, then your guy comes unbreathed and his thing is all over the place. There he is. He's still there. He's looking at you now. He sees your glint, most likely. What is going on here? He's going to have to rotate because the zone is going to be collapsing here. So it looks like he probably bought a loadout because the loadout's still sitting there. The free one. So potentially he grabbed the, no, he would have probably bought the loadout and got the free one. Somebody does have a bounty on him though. You hear the precision coming in. Kind of weird here that their XM4, like I think 30 bullets is enough for solos if you're trying to save an attachment. But we didn't get a good look at the actual loadout to see the rest of the attachments. So no suppressor. It's kind of hard to see what they have. 30 round mag. The stock's a little weird. I don't think they have the laser on there. Yeah, I don't know what the hell this guy's running. He's doing this little shimmy that a lot of players do just so they're less likely to get shot. Looks like he potentially bought self-revive, 4,000. I think that's what he bought. I don't remember exactly what his money was before. So this is a little bit of a slow rotate. I don't think this guy's going to survive. There's a potential third party here. They're fighting. This guy's on the rock. Easy kill. He aimed a little too low and he missed. No suppressor. So the other guy that's in the engagement knows where you're at as well. You're kind of standing still. You're not strafing at all. You're not moving up to the rock that potentially can give you cover. You're kind of just standing out in the open. So you're kind of limited on your ability to move. So there you go. Now you can peek the right side of the wall. You don't know where this guy is. Why would you just run blindly on this right side? And no slide canceling, just for the faster movement, harder to hit. There was a guy who's rolling up behind you. He's going to just roll up on you. He doesn't notice you either. And he's ran over. We kind of expected that would happen. He's going to get thirsted. Might not have an opportunity. He's going to sneak away. Yeah, there he goes. He's done. We kind of figured that would happen. He played that really poorly, at least in my opinion. And the fact that he didn't have suppressors on his weapons was like a telltale sign that they weren't ready. So this is a 3x optic 45 mag. The guy is trying to complete that contract for the contraband for a lot of money, 17,000, which is huge. Only has 2 kills, mounted up with the AK, which, again, this build is pretty solid. You just got to keep in mind that for the first, like, 12 bullets, the AK kicks up hard. But if you just pull straight down, not so bad. Audio's a little weird because it did sound like somebody was close by. You can see how he's released the trigger, let it reset. But the problem is he's not really controlling the recoil, it doesn't look like. Because you're not seeing any variance in movement side to side, which means he's not really trying to adjust it. At least from what it looks like he just pulled the trigger, released, pulled the trigger, released. And he's trying to let the gun do it all, which unfortunately, that's not how it works. Okay, you can get a precision here or a cluster. Bought a UAV instead. These guys already got ghost. I would have bought the precision or cluster, and that would have gave you a means to rotate. Because at the end of the day, you are kind of held here. You don't have to move for like another 5 minutes or whatever it is, because the zones will collapse again. It'll force you to move. But in terms of rotation, you could have actually put that down, and that would have allowed you to get to a better position of cover, which would be the edge of this building on the left. Work that wall, get closer, maybe get into some rocks, other things like that. They are getting shot at pretty aggressively, so it's going to be a little bit rough for them over here. They are moving to try and get a little bit of a sight line. They got, they were playing Clash. I was like a bunch of second places, but they're playing Clash. So this guy has a 0.94 KD, and his kill-death ratio is 0.99 for this week. So right in line, he averages about 2 kills a game. So this is right on par. 56 games, 105 kills this week. There's the guy on the heady, I thought. Looked like you saw edge of him. Getting beamed. Now he's kind of screwed. Because in 30 seconds, he's going to have to rotate. He's getting hit by both people. And there goes the precision. The sentry gun actually demolished him. Somebody placed the sentry gun. He didn't even notice the guy. I said that there was a guy over there kind of on the heady. Looked like the guy went and placed that down. He's looking to pick up these guns. Rocking the Mag 10. Switches to Bullfrog. 65 round mag. That's a little bit excessive for solos in my opinion. I think 50 round mag, you can get away with it. And even quads, if you know how to play it right. Trios, comfortably. Duos, well over. You're good. Solos, I don't think you should be wasting an attachment on this 65 round mag. Unless it's kind of one of those things that like, hey, you know what? I forgot to change my loadout because, you know, I don't normally play solos type of thing. Then it makes perfect sense, right? Not everyone has like, they change their loadouts constantly. So let's go ahead and check out this guy. His name's iDead. This guy's a little bit better. He's not doing so well. This is his best match today. He's being mostly solos and getting eliminated in the top 80 or so. He's a 1.81 KD overall, 118 wins with a 2.4 win rate, which isn't that bad. Like I know some people try to say that's bad, but in general, that's not that bad. But he's kind of down weekly, so I don't know if it's just the new meta is different or what's going on that's kind of messing things up for him. But at the end of the day, his overall weekly is only a 1.4. So now he's just kind of rotating across. He did see a guy in this building. Nice little clean reticle. I actually like this look on this reticle. I'm always a fan of like the blue dot type stuff. And this one, I like the blue lighting because it's usually contrast to a player that'll typically be red or orange, depending on your color settings, obviously. Those normally work for me. And obviously, I'm not colorblind, but for those who are, you obviously got to choose what makes sense for you. Easy little... Oh, he should have waited a little bit. He's a little bit further away. He does have the XM4 for range, which personally I would not recommend for consistency of gunfights. This guy's in the window. He's staring at you. You're not controlling the gun. Clearly, they're struggling with the this XM4 here, which is a clear indicator you shouldn't be using it, right? Obviously, you want to get practice with these weapons, but the person just isn't there yet, in my opinion. Maybe that's why they're down recently, is because maybe they're trying to experiment with some of these other weapons that aren't the Krig. Kudos to you. But until the Krig has a little bit more recoil, it's a little bit rough. And then he beams 100% with that. Makes no sense to me, but obviously the Bullfrog is much easier to handle. But he didn't miss this damn bullet versus the XM4. He's struggling a little bit. On a 5-kill game now with only 22 players left. He averages about, like I said, 2 kills a game in this case. So he's already double his average. This is a solid game and the best game he's had today. Or they. I don't know if it's a he or she. This is kind of a weird rotate. Yeah, I would have waited a little bit. Maybe just post it up and to find the next rotation. This is a hard spot. This middle building is very hard to cover unless you have some claymores. There's a Bertha. I would probably just leave that alone. I would try to work towards one of these buildings. But the problem is in solos, it's so hard to watch all the areas without claymores. If you don't have claymores, it's hard to cover those entrances. People could pop dead silence. If you're not running high alert, they will just sneak up on you, execute you, shoot you in the back. And with the TTK as low as it is, or as fast as it is, it makes it pretty difficult for outplay when you're already getting shot in the back relatively close range. There's a dead silence, I think, on the floor. He's missing out on that. Yeah, there's a dead silence that he probably should have grabbed. Those are so good. They come in clutch. Bertha looks relatively healthy. I don't see any smoking on this thing. The best thing on this, I would just avoid conflict. If you're going to try and win this game, avoid conflict, keep your Bertha, and then try to third party near the end, because we're getting to the point where the lobby's going to like chop down pretty quickly with fourth zone closing in. Still pretty big area. There's a lot of this area on the hill, which will likely have some people straggling in with no cover, and you'll be able to get them in rotation. Looks like somebody called a precision over here. You can see on top of a TV station. They might have actually tried to call it on this guy. As he was driving away, they marked it, and then he just happened to turn. Yeah, if you're in a vehicle, you should be using that third-person camera effectively. This guy has a trophy, so it's actually not a bad spot to be near them. You're going to go race? You're going to get run over by your own Bertha? Oh, my God. Probably not the fight I would take. There it is. Did the guy get out? Yeah, he did. Wow, he just robbed that man of the kill. Now he's in a bad spot. He didn't think about this rotation. He was getting shot at. The guy's kind of far, but they do have an angle on him, and he does have to move. Benefit, he does have a gas mask. Golden. There he goes. He's like, I'm not missing this. I'm not going to choke this. Let me go get the Krig. You need to get shots on this dude. The guy already has the that perk. Combat Scout. The guy already has Combat Scout perk. So anytime you get shot by that, you got to count in your head imaginary like numbers up to 4. This guy's in the window. You're dead. Oh my God. The guy didn't reach out. I wouldn't push this comfortably. No. Yeah, see, the guy's going to be framing. It's too obvious. There's a ladder on this side if you wanted to go and try and take that play. If you would have had the dead silence, you could have still made a play with that. The ladder's kind of risky if people are rotating in on this side. You could get up to the top, but when you did drive your Bertha over here, it was kind of hard to tell where that guy was. He might be on the top with claymores and go ahead and be ready for you. Nope. Not even looted, it looks like. Even early game. In case you guys didn't know, if you actually go around and like you just grab this stuff, it'll automatically despawn. After like 5 seconds. Oh, missing too many shots. What is going? Oh no, dude. TTV Godzilla, you got smoked. This guy shouldn't have won that at all. There was like he should have won way before, but his aim was so bad that like he definitely shouldn't have won. Is there a guy on the top there? Yep, you can see him. He's preeming at you. The recoil on that thing is so dumb. That's actually a pretty good throw. So like I said, this building is the power position. Blue is pretty nice, but people can land on from the top. You're going to waste a lot of ammo, and you're making yourself an easy target to hit. All you do is got to wait for this guy. He has to move when the zone rotates. He has to move when the zone rotates. You could shoot. There it is. Nice. I would have just waited. There was no reason. I don't know how he got a headshot, but Cleany got the kill. 7 kills. Still 10 other players left. About to make top 10. Now has a still solid gas mask. Could hit up the buy. A little bit of risky play. Using the foliage to their advantage. I would still probably hit the buy to get a UAV and a precision. Just because it's safe. You got a gas mask. You got like an hour-long gas mask. Nice. Dude has some decent movement now. He could have hit up a shot. Dead silence. Advance. Oh my god. You got god tier loot. This guy, there should be almost no reason he doesn't win now. Like, I didn't think he was going to. But the fact that he has the UAV, there's fighting going on over here on the outside. Probably if 2 more people die, I would call in the advanced. You're standing still. Oh, you just blew it. Blew it. 3 people are shooting you in solos. You blew it. You did not need that. What did you need? Estrella? Like, why would you need Estrella? You did not need that. There's a stoner. Bimbo. This guy probably a little bit better. He got 8 kills already. That's pretty good. B-I-M-B-O. I-M-B-O. 87. And let's see what this guy's stats are. Okay. Guy's pretty decent. 1.27 and at 1.6 weekly. So he's on the up. Maybe the meta. He's liking the meta. Obviously, he's rocking the stoner with the OTS. Pretty solid combination there. Has a cluster for rotation, dead silence, and golden gas mask. Too bad I can't loot the body. There's an advance there. We did see some gunfire on this side, on the other side of the bank. So there's likely somebody on that side of the map. Because if that guy got killed, then there's somebody there. If that guy killed whoever was there, he's still there, right? Like, there's somebody over at bank. This guy doesn't know it, though. Obviously, we got more information than they do. He's in an okay spot. I don't know the perks they have, and we won't know. He has stick drift. Look at the stick drift. This thing's like, so controller player. Gotta get a new controller or raid that dead zone. Pretty good spot here. Like in the bushes, nobody should really see you. There it is. Bank. They should be running out of bank, and this should be a super easy kill. But if you have good trigger discipline, you can actually wait, because like I said, this building that I said originally was a solid building. It's just hard to manage if you don't have claymores. So this guy's going to rotate out. You're still in the zone. Wait. Oh, look at that trigger discipline. Phenomenal. It does suck, though. He's not running amped. There's a guy up here sniping. They have to move. Just wait for the gas. You have a gas mask. They don't have a good position. They have to rotate over. They know where you're at, though. So you might want to change your angle because they do have to rotate. They might have jumped off the back and rotated around. But either way, they're going to be coming towards you. So it's a 1v1v1 with this guy. He did put a sentry down. You got to be wary of that. Don't get too close to this. Don't. These clusters are a little bit crazy. You almost downed yourself. Oh my god, this guy almost downed himself. What the hell? His 9 kills. Should be able to get a hard rotate here because of this golden gas mask. And he should be able to catch people in rotation. I would go up the right side of the building. Or I guess he can go through the middle. He's going to start coughing. It sucks right here because this is a slow ADS weapon. So if he gets caught off guard... Where's the fighting at? Why didn't they fight? There, you heard him on the left. Easy. You don't know where the last guy is? He's likely on the other side of this wall right here to the right. Reload. Get around, and then you can pre-aim this left side. It's going to be a little bit rough. You have no clue where they're at. You have a good spot. Oh, there he is. Oh, nice. This guy has some clean gun skill. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Appreciate the support. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.